am coming on here live today to bring on a guest to share a little bit about what she is doing and all about her workshop and course. So now I'm just going to try to add her. I will introduce her when she comes on, and I'm just going to share a little bit about who I am first, and then I'll share a little bit about her and how we connected. So, my name is Nicole, and I started this page to help connect RD2Bs with resources that will help them, help you succeed in your journey of becoming a dietitian. So, it looks like she is joining. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Oh. Hey, Liz.
Hi, Nicole. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. Great.
So, I was just introducing a little bit about myself and what I made this page for, and then I just said that I'm bringing on a guest, and I said I'd introduce you a little bit. So actually, I was thinking before we did this, before getting on this call, about how long I've known you. And honestly, I can't remember when I joined your course, but I want to say it was maybe 2-ish years ago.
Mm-hmm. I think so. Yeah. Because I think the first cohort was the summer of 22, and I think you joined that fall, if I'm not mistaken.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was just thinking back to, how I joined that course and made my journal, and we're going to talk a little bit about that now.
Yeah. And I love your backdrop, by the way, filled with books behind you. It's so appropriate. I love it. I don't know if that was strategic or not, but it looks good.
Yeah, it's where I set up my desk. I was like, I feel like it'd be fun to have the colors and books and everything.
Yes.
So
Love it.
So, all right. So this is Liz, and she's from the Dietitian Editor, and I will let her introduce herself a little bit and a little bit more about what she does.
Sure. Well, first, I want to say thank you for having me on your platform here so I could talk to your community. I think that what you're doing is great, just helping dietitians, interns, RD, second career dietitians, maybe getting into the fields and just the resource that you are to them. So wanted to start with that. But yeah, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Liz Jalkowitz, and my brand is the Dietitian Editor. So my mission, or the mission that I'm on, is to help dietitians and other healthcare professionals self-publish on Amazon so that they can get their story out to the world, their message out to the world, and really help to reach more people outside of their traditional maybe 9-to-5 job or private practice that they have through books. And so you can reach more people, have more impact, and make more money through passive income. So that's kind of this, the mission that I'm on, this movement that I'm starting. And to date, we've helped about just over 90 students get started on their self-publishing journey, yourself included.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So why did you decide to create the Dietitian Editor?
So it's something I've always wanted to be an editor in my career path. But the way that my journey went, I never landed a job as a editor of such and such publication or magazine. But along the way, because I had this interest and this passion in editing and writing and media work and proofreading, all of the kind of editorial stuff, every job I've had along the way, I've integrated that skill set into my job. So I've kind of fine-tuned this craft over the years. And fast forward 18 years being a dietitian, and I've decided that, now is the time for me, or 3 years ago, really, to start my own business, set out on this path of entrepreneurship, and create the Dietitian Editor brand myself and become the dietitian editor. So since then, I started off wanting to really just help people with their editing needs through their manuscripts or whatever projects they were working on. But because of one client that I worked with, my the trajectory of my business kind of shifted to take this more of this self-publishing on Amazon path. And I'm so glad that our paths have crossed, because I helped her with her manuscript, and then she's like, okay, well, now can you help me actually make this thing, live and publish it on Amazon? And so we learned it all together. I helped her out. I learned as much as I could. And then immediately, when we wrapped up, I knew I had to share this with other dietitians. So I created a course called Click to Publish, and the rest is kind of history. But it's crazy how just one interaction, one, client, one relationship can kind of shift things.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, the connections and the paths that you end up taking
Right.
based on people that you meet or things that people share and talk about. So
Exactly.
do you want to share a little bit more about what publishing on Amazon looks like, and a little bit about maybe KDP and all of that as well?
Yeah. So for listeners, in your community who don't know what KDP stands for, because I use that term all the time, I forget people don't know what it means. KDP stands for Kindle Direct Publishing, and this is Amazon's platform for self-publishing. Through this platform, you can create ebooks, so Kindle books, paperback books, hardcover books, and even audiobooks. And it's essentially free to create an Amazon account and get started. Now, I love using Amazon. It's the platform that I teach folks to self-publish on for lots of reasons. I think the platform is, for one, pretty easy to use. It's accessible to most people. A lot of people know, like, and trust Amazon. And it's just a huge e-commerce platform. And I think, when you step back and think about if you want to reach more people, like, who better to partner with than a platform like Amazon? They have over 300 million active accounts. And not to say that they're all going to be your ideal client, because they are not, but it's like you're partnering with them so that, you may be doing your traditional marketing on social media or email or, word of mouth, attending networking events. But now you can reach this whole other untapped audience of potential clients by having your book on this platform. So I think for me, it's like a no-brainer. I think every dietitian has a book in them, depending on who you serve, what your niche is, and your experiences. Like, we all have a book in us that we can leverage for our business and to reach more people.
Yeah, I remember when I was taking your course, just how easy you made the the steps towards publishing it, and the structure of your course. You walked us through how to do the format of the book. And so even though you say the website is easy to use, I feel like it's always very helpful to have someone help you walk you through the steps, because sometimes when I remember when I was doing the course, I ended up reaching out to you because I was like, I think I messed up on something. I was like, something with the formatting I did wrong, and I was like, it's not uploading right. And so I feel like that's one of the huge benefits of having someone help you walk through it, because even though it's easy to use, it still takes figuring out. And if you're not good with knowing how to format things properly, then it's really nice.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. It is an easy to use tool, but you're right. If just like with anything, if you're trying a new tool for the first time, people are like, oh, it's so easy. But the first time you use it, you still have to learn it. So there's definitely a learning curve. And maybe for some folks who aren't as tech savvy, it could be a little bit difficult. So I agree, having support, having accountability, and a community of people that you can ask questions to and share wins and challenges and roadblocks. If you're having an obstacle, if you're doing it on your own, could you figure it out? Sure. You have to read all the blogs, watch all the videos, all the things, or you can just ask a community of people who've done it or are in the process of doing it. So I think, for me, we all time is a limited resource, right? So like if you know that someone has done it before you and can get you from point A to point B faster, like why not take that route?
Yeah, take advantage of that.
Yeah.
So, could you share a little bit about how this could benefit a student, like an RD to be, and also maybe like a few ideas of like types of low content books, like what that looks
Yeah.
like?
Yeah, no, I think for your audience specifically, like if you're listening right now and you are a student or an intern and you're like, why am I even listening to this? Like, I'm not an RD yet. I shouldn't write a book. Like, absolutely not. You should write a book, because when we stop and think about all of the people out there on the internet who are writing not only books, but blogs, they have websites, even social media, like that are sharing information, and they're not credible. They're not, healthcare professionals. They're not studying to be healthcare professionals. They're just using their own, this worked for me, it's going to work for you kind of, you know, angle. You guys have a lot of knowledge. You have more knowledge than most people do, and you can absolutely write a book even before you become a dietitian. So I just want to like take that limiting belief away from anyone who's listening now, especially if you're passionate about a certain topic. So there's that. And then what was the second part of your question, Nicole?
What,
Sorry.
it's okay. What a low content
Oh,
book looks like, or
yeah. And I don't know if you have a copy of yours. I have one of yours, but it's in my bookshelf over here.
yeah,
So oh, there
I
you
did
go.
pull it out.
She has her affirmation journal. It's beautiful, beautiful purple colors, with like prompts inside and quotes, and it's beautiful. So that's an example of a low content book, lower content. So by definition, Amazon calls a low content book something where it's intended that the user is going to fill it out, and the pages has little to no content on the pages, and they repeat in nature. So like a simple lined notebook or a doc grid journal are usually two examples that I give because people are familiar with those. Now, a lower content book is like a little bit of a step up. So it's still meant for the user to fill it out. And some of the pages may repeat themselves, but there's also content up front, maybe 10, 20, 30 pages, or like woven throughout. So you can think, like, as an example, it could be an activity book or a workbook that like accompanies, maybe another program that you have. Like if you have a signature, 6-week weight loss program or something like that, you can create a workbook or an activity book or a journal to accompany that. It could be more like inspirational, like yours, Nicole, like has like quotes and prompts and things like that, or even blood sugar logs, meal planning tools, food allergy or gut health symptom trackers. Like depending on what your niche is, will depend on like what the type of lower content book is that you create. But the idea behind this is that for every niche in the dietetic space, there is a need for a lower content book. So like really the options are limitless. And I think for first time self-published authors, it's a great way to like get your feet wet in self-publishing, learn kind of like the bones of what does this process even entail. And then after you do, one or two lower content books, then you can start maybe thinking about your manuscript, right? Because really the bones of it are the same. It's just a matter of what you're uploading to in your manuscript. Are you uploading more of a lined notebook, or are you uploading 80,000 words?
Yeah. So, I know this is kind of leading to a little bit of the thing I've been promoting all week. So can you share a little bit about what this workshop is all about?
Yes, I'm so excited about this workshop. I've been promoting it too, so thank you for your support. It is tomorrow night, so Thursday, October 10th at 8:30 Eastern, and I'm taking a workshop style approach this time versus like a straight up webinar or masterclass where I will just, typically like teach for 60 minutes. I really want folks to get a quick win when they're in the workshop, like actually walk away with something that they're like, okay, I can do this. So the way we're going to lay it out is we're going to start off just kind of going over some mindset stuff, some limiting beliefs, get all that junk out of the way to start, of like imposter syndrome. Who am I to write a book? I'm so overwhelmed, I don't know where to start. Like, get all those things out. And then we're going to dive into what your potential book topic could be. So I'm going to share lots of ideas with you, share lots of inspiration from students in Click to Publish. And then we're going to brainstorm and mind map some ideas of what that could look like. From there, we're even going to dive into like a loose outline or how your book is going to be structured. So you're going to have your idea and then kind of identify loosely how it might be structured. And we're going to talk about like using Canva templates as kind of thought starters. And I'm again going to share some inspiration from students in the course and what they've done. And then the third thing is going to be book marketing strategies. So you're going to have a book idea, a loose outline for the book, and then what are you going to do with it once it's live? So I'm going to share a few good book marketing tactics, and then folks will be able to pick maybe 2 or 3 that they would like to implement from that list. And then the last thing is just high level kind of reviewing what information do you need to actually upload this thing to Amazon so that you feel like, and there's going to be a workbook that goes along with the workshop. So you could take notes and really like have all of your ideas in one place. And at the end, feel like you have a plan. Like, this is what I'm going to do. These are the steps of, you know, what I need to make this dream a reality.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. I think it's going to be a great workshop and people can take a lot from it. So
yeah, and if you can't attend live, I'm going to send the replay out to everyone who registers too. So if you're even just like have an inkling of an idea for a book and you're like, oh, I want to learn more, but I can't attend live, just sign up and then you'll get the replay and all the information as well.
So did you want to share anything else about your new offer, or do you want to share where people can find you?
Yeah, so I'm going to talk about Click to Publish Quick Start in the workshop tomorrow. So if you want to learn more, definitely register. But just the idea behind it is it's a revamped version of the original Click to Publish course. It's going to be 3 months access. So you're going to have like a limited time frame in the course, because I know that it could be done in 3 months. One of the things that I've seen in the past with the lifetime access to the course was some people would sign up but then not finish. So I know it can be done in 3 months with the help of the support that I give you, the roadmap to follow, the templates that you can use. And so I'm really excited to share this new offer with you guys on the workshop tomorrow. So if you're intrigued by that and you want to learn more, definitely sign up. But yeah, folks can reach me at The Dietitian Editor on Instagram. So you could DM me if you have questions or anything. And then if you want to email me, it's liz@thedietitianeditor.com. And I have lots of great resources, blog articles, and freebies, things you can download on my website at thedietitianeditor.com.
Awesome, Liz.
Yeah.
So I have one fun question for you. What is your favorite part about helping people create books to sell?
Honestly, like the smile on their face when they're holding the book in their hand. Just knowing that I helped, like I was a small part of their self-publishing journey. I'm just like a blip on on their journey, and hearing their feedback from like I just did an IG Live with a student, Veronica, and she was telling me about how one of the things that makes her most excited is having people actually cook her recipes, like she's in the kitchen with them, and hearing the feedback from folks of like, I made, XYZ recipe. So it just kind of comes full circle. Like sometimes we don't think we're having an impact in the work that we do, but when you hear direct feedback like that, it's really cool.
Yeah. Heartwarming for sure.
Yeah. So, impactful. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Liz, I just wanted to say thank you for coming on and sharing a little bit about this. And also, if you're looking for the link for the workshop, it'll be in my bio, and I'll also post it on a story if you haven't seen any of the stories prior. So
yes, and if you register, if you're in Nicole's community and you register for the workshop, there's a little field that says who referred you. Make sure you drop Nicole's name in there, or become a dietitian, just so I know that you came from her world.
Yeah. So thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good rest of your night.
You too. Bye, Nicole. Thanks.